My broadcast. Hello, gang. How are you doing again today, huh? Just had a good hot bath and shower as well on top of that. And I had some, you guys had some questions about, I think, free energy mineral sales or something like that. Some of my other interests. Well, okay. This is a smaller version of the big barium titanate cylinders I had. And a long time ago, somebody approached me, group of businessmen, Ria Trade International, Carl David Anderson, a bunch of other businessmen, and they got stuck with somebody that's always getting money from them. And they were telling me what this thing was, showed me pictures of it, and I said, no, I don't think that's going to work. I mean, what do you want me to do? How can I help you there? They said, well, can you make one electron volt at a milliamp without any moving parts? And I said, yes, that's what I can do for you if you want. Well, that started my thing into free energy. Basically, I've done free energy before, just personal use, way back in the 70s. So anyway, uh, getting money for it, well, okay, 10 grand. I built one. I just simply used one of these and made a bunch of them in a ring like this, like almost like a radio aircraft engine. And I had a system that would go around and take the energy off each one. So, anyways, a group from China was going to come, and they never showed up. To put 24 million, as I recall, into it to get it off into the market. So that didn't happen. Then there were some TV shows I did, and that got into Japan, and Japanese folks started showing up. Mr. Yamabe again from Hiroshima City, and gave me $250,000 to build something that produced something like 3 volts average, which I did do. And the key to that was using these cylinders but resonating something in the center of them, which I did do with wafers. I came across wafers on the warships, tested them, then delicately manipulated them in such a way that it would produce roughly two, no, maybe 1.5 volt, 3 volt direct current system. And it did work. And this went on to building bigger ones that we took to the Canadian Research and Development Team in Vancouver, Canada. Canadian government laid it on their table. It was a big one, 3 cylinders onto the table. It weighed around 40 pounds. I was with a different partner, Richard Brewer. This thing was tested and worked. Anyway, they said they didn't know what to do with it. You should take it to the Canadian military, and that upset Richard Brewer to some degree. And then he had to go back to the United Kingdom. Then another person I got involved with, Thomas Messer from Germany, who sponsored me for $250,000 to build more of them, which I did do, 24 volts at about 1/4 ampere. That I could take and show people how it worked in that. So that's fun. And what's the magic formula? Well, no, I had to get it tested by the Kyoto Institute of Technology when it's in Japan, and they tested it. It resonates at 18.5 kilohertz. And they ran all kinds of tests. They did x-rays on my power generators system, and they noticed the crystal wafers. They ran x-rays on that. Crystal wafers were actually about 30 millimeter in diameter, about 1/16 of an inch thick. Using 2 different languages here, I guess I am right. And I had about up to, I think, about 50 of them. The idea came from the warship's sonar room wafer oven system that I got off of, I think it was Saskatchewan, HMCS Saskatchewan. Well, I worked on 4 warships, so. Anyway, I managed to build these things. There was Dr. Hal Pudoff. George Hathaway actually saw me have one on the floor, and they played with it and tuned it, and it worked okay. So that's what I did do. Other things were antenna systems I did do. Also capacitor systems, electrics, plastic, wax material, electrified. So anyway, I made a lot of these things just for fun of it, for my own interest, and got out to the public through TV shows and other things. And then people wanted me to build them for them, which I did do, lots of them. I think the highest voltage, 28 volts, 24 volts, 28 between that, a quarter amp, as I mentioned before. Oh yeah, I'm not dressing up as Carla today. I just had a shower, but on my new clothing. How do I look so far? Crazy? Hot? A little different today. Anyway, it's cold still, and I couldn't dress up as Carla, but I will, and give you one hell bang a kick-ass video. So that's the story on some of that here. My other interest is psychology, and why humans react and do all their funny things. Life extension, the practical scientific approach. I started that in 1982 when I saw Dirk Pearson on the Merv Grisham show. How to stay young forever. Since I'm narcissistic and androgenic, that interests me, and I fed myself up to this day, still doing it. Vitamins, and look at the latest research on telomeres. Latest is hyperbaric chambers, where it will extend your telomeres. The other one was TA65. Tried that. Vitamins, minerals, enzymes, proteins, amino acids, all kinds of exotic herbs. Been doing it mega dosing since about 82, 83 maybe. Just a little bit in 83, more so in Germany, and on up to right now. How do you like me so far? Anyway, so I have the papers on the test results of these things from the Kyoto Institute of Technology and their x-ray reports. That's all given to me in crates and videos. I have lots of them. Never uploaded on the internet, so oh well. Maybe someday they should be, if somebody's following this stuff. I like the latest research of Inventor 3. I want to get him going. He can do all this stuff. I'll send him one of these. Oh, he's already got one. I gave him one. Okay. I can give him another one. He's going ahead. He's doing brilliant stuff. Inventor 3 YouTube channel. So is Martin Fleischmann Memorial Project. Fantastic. I've never seen anything like that. Most scientists have big egos. They fight amongst themselves. Oh, I have this and I have that. And they're obsessed with doing stuff. And they get fat and old and decay and fall apart. I'm not a scientist, not an inventor. I like to call myself just an overglorified scrap collector. I like metal. I like tools. I like machines. I like all kinds of crazy things. Okay. So we're getting somewhere today, I hope. Yeah, you're going to ask me what the frequencies are. Well, it's 18.5 kilohertz, one of them. And the others were the resonance between the plates. 55, 60, 50 plates, different materials, frosted. They probably dipped them in hydrofluoric acid to frost them, and they coated them with, this is the Surac company, as well as Goodfellas. I had them make some for me. It cost quite a bit too. And they made them. And used on both sides rare earth salts and other atomic element salts. Traces of radium chloride, I believe. I made a radium chloride device a long time ago, and it worked pretty good. I was with a long wire antenna to a tree. I think I got something like 14 volts. George Hathaway tested it and filmed it. Had a long wire antenna. It acted kind of like a extra electrons coming from radium chloride, as well as certain metals I had. Kind of excited everything. These things are interesting. But again, if people want to make money on them, I don't know. I know I gave it one to Japan, and they had a chance to go to the big companies. And the big companies, I met them. It's all on the videos. I got the videos and books. But I'm still not a multi-billionaire. Even Charles Bombardier of Quebec wanted me to work with him. I don't work with others. Sorry, I just don't do that kind of thing. I'll volunteer and help people, okay? The Reef Society for warships, 5 years. I like warships. I like cannons, I like artillery guns and that, and I wanted to work there. And I had money anyway, and I never asked for any currency, just junk off the ships. You can see my videos of me taking apart the ships. Here, TLC filmed me taking apart the ship. Yes! Oh, it was fun. I'll do it again. I want a bigger warship this time. How about USS Alabama? That would keep me busy, pretty busy. So, yes, I like firearms. I collect firearms ever since I was a kid. The first plaything I had was a German Luger when I was about 5. Uncle Stevenson had it from the war, and I guess that triggered some weirdness in me, and then I just went into collecting, got my first collection of a Ross rifle, 12-gauge shotgun, age 11 or 12. No problem. You didn't need all this red tape stuff, especially in the USA. It's all red tape. Gun acts and NFA acts and all this silly shit. Don't give in to gun control. Anyway, so onward, I got huge collections. I had one of the biggest collections of machine guns on the west coast of Canada. You can read it all up in newspapers and news media. I liked the 50 caliber Browning Colt made heavy barrel machine guns. I had a lot of those guys, and they were fun. I also had Breda heavy machine guns, 0815 Maxim machine guns, BAR guns, ZB-37, and on. Thompson submachine guns. All this stuff was all over the place. It's surplus. And it was cheap. In Marstar, Canada, I would buy parts from them. Of course, nowadays, all this stuff is way up in price. Crazy, totally nuts. However, I like cannons and artillery. I like the Bofors 40mm cannons. So I got original barrels, never used, original boxes. I have 20mm Oerlikon cannons, lots of those, all conforming to laws and regulations. They're deactivated and you couldn't afford to shoot them anyway, right? Right. So that's that. A couple were imported from New Zealand some years ago. Bought them off Canada Superstore. Let's see, what else is new? What else do you want to know? Well, let's see. Oh my God, John, you're going on and on. Yeah. Okay, so I'll do Carla. I promise I do Carla. I get super hot for you. Looking hot, Captain. So, anyway, free energy is an interesting area. Like I'm going around circles here. That's okay. There's many ways you can grab this stuff. And there is DARPA. Had a program 1997, miniature energy storage systems, which would these would be categorized as those. I did put in a solicitation or a paper on it, and I got the paper back. It was just silly things like improperly filling out the forms and that kind of stuff. I still got that somewhere too. The Star Wars project. What else in the Star Wars? Used to get stuff from Alexandria, Virginia. I was on the SB Small Business Innovative Program for the DoD, Department of Defense, USA. I get a lot of letters and junk from the Pentagon people, from their offices, as well as from the warehouse, papers, solicitations. Anyway. It was interesting. I learned a lot from those papers. It's all government-free stuff. And now it's mostly all online. If you go to dtic.org or .com, something like that, a lot of those papers are on the internet now. I had lots. Another time, a lady friend of mine, Ian Gazda, she's doing a film on UFOs, wanted me to contact the CIA folks in Washington, which I did do. They just phone them up because, you got any unclassified reports on UFOs and this and that. So they wanted me to get my passport notarized, which I did do, and then fill out certain papers and send it in. And they said you can either come here, use our library services. Here's all the rules and regulations and prices, or we can simply gather up all the stuff that's unclassified and send it to you for $89.10. So I took the easy way out, and it was shipped to me, and I shipped it off to Austria, where Ian was doing a film on UFOs. So anyway, that's another weird story. Any other scientific stuff we can talk about? Well, again, I mentioned yesterday in video number 1 to the gang about the Hutchison effect. So anything that I missed over, skipped? No, pulse generators, induction coils, also disruptive discharge transformers. You got to read Tesla's book, Autobiography. That's where you get the information on how to build a disruptive discharge transformer. High electrostatic energy and high inductance, low inductance. Capacitor banks discharging. I was lucky. I lived in Vancouver. The scrapyards had everything like that. Anything you wanted. Sometimes they give it to you for free. Nowadays, sadly, it's not around that much, and you pay an arm and a leg for it because on some crazy nut on eBay thinks it's worth $1 million. I'm getting to detest a lot of those sellers on eBay. Although I know a few good ones that I personally can contact. They're as far away as the Netherlands, as well as Greece. Let's see, Texas. A few, but no, the stuff's gone. So anyway, best place I know is Mr. Alec in Greece. I deal with him quite a bit on other things. Very good person. He has all the old radio stuff on his website, on eBay, and I have this stuff on eBay too. But the sales are slow. Some customers do their own work with the samples they sell and they found gold, so supposedly gold. 2 customers, and other customers enjoy the shapes of the things and the weirdness of it, and because what am I going to do with it? It's old coffee, so to speak. So I'd rather trade a metal sample for a piece of a machine tool or an old gun part or something like that. And I still have a bucket. I should show you guys a bucket of samples I'd carry over there with the iPad. We'll walk over here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I got this thing filming me in a certain way. We'll try though. I'll sit on top of this. So we have here this whole, you see that stuff? Probably you can. That's a whole load of about over 100 pounds. Some of the stuff is like, that's kind of weird stuff. Now I hacksawed a lot of the samples up to see what was inside of them. I found wood, crystals, other metals. Here's some weird looking thing. These, most of these were samples. Some I found later, as well as others. Oh, let's see. I got videos of some of these things going funny. Some I tried to upload. I don't know how to really upload anything. The original videos. What I did do is put it on a TV set, look at it on a TV set through a VCR, filmed the VCR with a cheap camera and put it on YouTube. Hutchison Effect 2009 YouTube channel. A long time ago I put it all up there. Someday I get all the stuff up there. This is some of the gold stuff. They think it's gold. I don't know. But it's a lot of stuff here. These things were common. I got lots of these. Twisted up wrenches. I'm gonna trade Inventor 3. A lot of the stuff for old machine tool parts. Not much of these left. Most of all the aluminium stuff pretty well gone. I gifted Colonel Alexander a bar that was twisted up. We were in communication for a while. I think I gave him a sample. A freebie. Another one. Holy mackerel. Yeah. Metal jellification effect. As I kind of explained yesterday, video number 1. Like University of British Columbia had a plasma discharge system I got from RP Electronics on 4th Avenue in Vancouver. I mentioned that, all those capacitors, power units, tungsten discharge gaps and all that cool stuff. So anyway, I'll put you down here. Am I still recording? And okay, everything looks good. It's gonna be a long video, another long, boring, jittery video. So, what else? Anything else? Well, I'm sure you guys will ask questions and post comments, and hey, I'll do a video on any topic you want. Indeed, I will. It's just a game and a game.
Hey, yeah. Oh, it's just too cold to get in my little skirt.
It is cold. You know? You want to see my legs again? Oh, I'm sure you do, you little hotties. There we go. I'll get it going in a really good blonde wig. A mini skirt. Oh, by the way, probably curious on why I do that? Well, I like acting, like imitating people. Also, I'm energetic, and I do have a lot of female energy in me, so. No, I'm not going into any operation or that kind of thing. I'm just, what was it, 150 points. Possible transsexual. No, but no. I am a weird one. Yeah, I am a hypersexual person. That's okay to say that, isn't it? I love romps in the hay, and because understanding all the biochemistry, the psychology, and seeing how people are so hung up on their little problems with it makes it kind of sad. It makes me sad to see them all bent out of shape. So I would say it's good and healthy to be self-tuning, just preening yourself and looking hot, in my opinion. But anyway, way off topic. So, yeah. And, yeah, I have quite a collection of these. I like them. Hey, remember this, don't grow old. Don't let the old man in. That's a song written for an actor who, Clint Eastwood is a song for him. Anyway. So, because there's ways to keep young. And some doctors have mentioned this to me over the years. Some kind of unusual genetic thing. One doctor, Dr. Murray Allen, called it a late bloomer, where everything is slow and getting there. Anyway, what else? I'm not interested in business contracts and anything like that. No business, no scams, no crazy, there are so many con men out there. You got to be aware of them. They want money, they want power. You got to be aware of these people. They might say, oh, I got this machine that does that. No, it's all bullshit. Trust me. Ask George Hathaway first, okay? He's an expert. I'm just kind of reflecting what Georgie would say. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and go now. Thank you.